Hey, what's up guys? Killian here with Podium on Racing. If you're a sim racer like myself that has multiple wheels and you don't necessarily want to keep setting up all of these wheels across all of these different platforms, there is a solution. And this solution, believe it or not, has actually been out for quite a while. And I'm just now finding out about it. So I'm like, you know what? Right now with our process here at Podium 1, we're kind of doing it long-winded style, and I think that there's a solution to cut down on this time, because once you set it once in SimHub with ControlMapper, that's the built-in plugin, you do it once, plug and play, and it works across every single one of your sim titles without having to do it and create profiles for each and every single one of your sims. I think that this is definitely the way to go. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this tutorial. All right, so right in front of us, we have our PC now. Let's go ahead and get straight into this. I want to make this short and sweet as possible, so I'm not taking up too much of you guys' time, but I do also want to make sure this is as detailed and valuable as possible so that when you walk away from this video, you actually get something pretty valuable from it. Now, let's go ahead and get in the list of actual downloads that we're going to be utilizing. So, and please forgive me with the keyboard shortcuts. I am using the Logitech with a touchpad, which isn't too terrible. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna do is download SimHub for Windows. Make sure that you have the most up-to-date version possible. As of today's date, which is 6/10/2026, it's 9/11/15. So make sure you download this. It'll take you through the download prompts. You basically create a desktop shortcut, and you'll be greeted with a screen that looks very similar like this. Okay, so you'll have the home page, which looks very much like this. It's going to be everything for all of your controls. Let's reopen that back up again. And this is SimHub. SimHub is awesome. This is a central hub where you can essentially do a bunch of different things. On the left-hand side of this column over here, this is all of the integrations that you can also have with, you know, all of your sims combined. So you have a belt tensioner, you have base shakers, you have motion, you can map dashes, all different types of things, Daniel Newman racing profiles. And what we're going to be messing with today is ControlMapper. Now, this won't be here by default. You're going to have to go to add and remove features and scroll down until you see what is it called? ControlMapper. So this, you need to make sure you show this into the left-hand menu. Now, the cool thing about this, it's already built in. I had no idea about this until somebody said something about, like, is there a simple way of, you know, just plugging and playing this wheel? And I ended up doing some research, and I came across a few videos online, and a lot of them were outdated. A lot of them were a couple years old. And I said, you know what? Let's create something for Podium so that we can simplify this process of literally swapping out a wheel, whether it's something like the, you know, GSI FPE V2 or the Simucube wheel right here as well, so that every time we get into the sim, we won't have to create a separate profile. We essentially do it one time and one time only through ControlMapper here in SimHub. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So the first thing you're going to do is go over to ControlMapper. We're going to be using the output mode of VJoy. So the next download that we're going to be using is VJoy. And here's the website right up here at the top. It's going to be vjoy.org. And these links for everything is also going to be all down in the description so that you guys can easily access those. The latest one, go ahead and refresh this page if you need to. There's also Windows OS right over here. So you can pick your Windows base. I choose 64-bit, do whichever one you want to based on your operating system. So once you download that, you're going to want to go to, now I already have it open, but there's a few different types of VJoy controllers here. So you have a device list, which is great to see what devices are connected to your specific computer. And then you have the configure, and this is the VJoy. And VJoy, just in case, you know, I'll give you a little bit of a background. So it's a virtual joystick, and what that enables you to do, this joystick will talk to SimHub so that when we map VJoy as the output controller, this acts as an agent or the middleman, so that when you map this via SimHub, it talks to the sim seamlessly. And I'll show you, I know it sounds a little confusing. I was actually the same way when I was doing this, and I'm like, why don't I just create separate profiles within each sim? And after doing this method, I'm realizing that I'm going to be going home and doing this with all of my wheels, because it's going to be great. Number of buttons, you're going to want to go to maximum 128. That's going to be the maximum anyway. And I think if I hover over this, yeah, maximum possible value 0 through 128. Go ahead and select that. Enable VJoy. Okay, so we're going to go back to SimHub. All right, and let's go ahead and make this just a little bit bigger so you guys can see what's going on here. All right, let's give you a quick intro on ControlMapper. ControlMapper is this is your target virtual controller. This is your output mode. We select VJoy, right? Now let's simplify this process. Now this is your output mapping down here, for example, right? So this is going to be all of the different outputs that you can select. Now you can add or remove as many as you would like. This output is actually done by Matt Malone. So shout out Matt Malone. Thank you for creating all of these outputs as you see fit, because what he did, he had to type all these in for relevant information that he specifically uses on his wheel for iRacing. So there's a lot more than your default here. You can go ahead and in the links below, you can find Matt Malone's import. There you go. I believe that is the custom outmap right there. So you'll want to go ahead and import that profile, and then all of these will populate. Now, this is your output, right? Now we need the input controller. So I've already done the GSI FPE V2 with headlight flash. As you can see right here on the controller, to show with my hands here, I've already mapped headlight flash, and where you can see that down here, number 1 up here is headlight flash, number 28 is headlight flash. You can also see this ControlMapper overlay right over here is also populating as the headlight flash. Now, I'm only going to show you a couple of these because there's no sense in me going through every single one of these, right, in order to show you a couple inputs. There's no sense in telling you every single one, because your button layout might be completely different from mine. I'm just telling you and teaching you how to specifically map these so that you don't have to keep setting up different profiles in iRacing instead of Corsa, whatever sim you want to do. Let's go ahead and let's say we already mapped all these. So your headlight flash, for example, like I was saying, headlight flash, upshift, downshift, and as you can see, it's also populating over here in my ControlMapper overlay. Now, there's 2 ways of doing this. You could do it with your phone. My phone is currently recording over here, so we're not going to do the phone method. And what's going to happen, just back up a little bit, it'll open a QR code. That QR code will essentially bring you to a landing page that looks just like this ControlMapper trigger overlay. This is your middleman. This is now the middleman of the entire situation, right? So ControlMapper trigger overlay, you can do that on the phone, or open this as an overlay on this option right here. Now, you can select also a hotkey, right? Let's say you want to select it as P. Or maybe it needs to be, let's say it's the right clutch, right? Let's just say we want to do that one. Let's go ahead and map that so that anytime we're inside of the game or iRacing, for example, we can go ahead and just open that hot map or the hotkey for the trigger overlay right there. Now, I didn't save that in case you didn't notice. So make sure you save for each and every single one of these. Also got the clutch here. That also engages. Now, as I'm clutching over here, that's going to populate your mapper trigger overlay. The reason why you want to have that open as you are mapping, controls, let's just say, for example, let's go ahead and open your sim. Assetto Corsa, go to controls, and now we are on the wheel, for example. Now, instead of utilizing the physical wheel for your inputs, you want to talk to your middleman over here, your controller mapper trigger overlay, and see this is upshift. So upshift is number 2. That's going to execute and map the VJoy device. Now make sure this is enabled. Use deferred trigger for games needing full focus. What that's going to do is give you a countdown, and then it basically overrides any other settings and it forces it to compute to that. So upshift is now mapped. As you can see, it's toggling red and the VJoy device is there. Now, if you do it incorrectly, that shows up as GSI FPE V2 Sim operating system. Now, we don't want that, right? We want the downshift to be our middleman through SimHub. It all makes sense at the end of this. Okay, now let's just say brake balance, right? Now I had brake balance, I believe, somewhere over here. Let's just say brake bias forward. Now I clicked it on accident there. So what you're going to want to do, click to assign. Now it's waiting for the input. Brake bias forward. And boom. Now let's move it to the rear. So let's click here. We'll go over here. Brake bias backwards. But hopefully you guys understand the basics of doing this. Now traction control, I believe it was up here. Could be wrong. Traction control increase. Now let's go to decrease. I just had it. There it is. And we do have real race cars in the background. Yes, this is full circle here at Podium 1. So if I am picking up some background noise, that is a 458 Ferrari with a modified exhaust. And so on and so forth. So that you can do with every single wheel. Now, let me show you. Let's go ahead and get rid of this wheel for now. We're going to do an entirely new wheel, right? Let's just say we want to map another wheel, and I'm only going to do a couple of controls. I'm not going to waste too much of your guys' time. I just want to make sure that you guys fully understand exactly what is going on here. It's not lighting up, but that's fine. I can see inside of SC Link Hub, it is registering over here. All right, let's go back to SimHub. Let's go ahead and get this down. Let's add a new source controller. Let's go ahead and select this one, SC Link Hub. So that's going to be this bad boy right here. Now let's go ahead and click Map Controller, Upshift, Downshift, and so on and so forth. I'm only going to do upshift and downshift. Let's make sure, let's just map this for enter, exit, whatever. Again, everybody's is going to be a little bit different. These are preset. GSI's is actually preset. There are wheels that you can customize all of these stickers and have them mapped out however you'd like. But again, do it however this is obviously set up here. SC Link Hub, once again. Now, let's go ahead and get into, and again, look at that. Upshift and downshift is already pre-mapped. Look at that. So I just completely switched wheels and everything was already in place for this specific control profile. I don't have to create any more specific profiles anymore. As long as I do the hard work here with ControlMapper trigger overlay and map that specifically as the middleman into the actual sim control, once I switch wheels, And again, look, already done. Brake bias, front, rear, and you're done. Now, if you have multiple wheels, yes, this is probably going to take all afternoon, maybe a couple hours to do, but you saw how easy and simple that 2 to 3 step method really is. And again, this applies across every single sim, because once you map this as the VJoy controller, the controller mapper overlay, you can then have it talk to the sim, and every time you swap out your wheels, you're good to go. Now, I think that's it. I don't think that, you know, obviously there's other things in here as well. You can have a Stream Deck integration. And look at that. Now we have the Stream Deck, which is SimHub right here. The cool thing is, like, you can map all different kinds of really cool stuff within SimHub here as well. But it's amazing. So you can have different hotkeys for, let's just say, like ambient lighting, for example. You can have that onto the actual plugin here, so that you could do ambient mode, dark mode, light mode, whatever that may be. DNR different profiles. You can switch RPMs. You could switch color profiles very quickly from here, from a Stream Deck, map it to a controller, and so on and so forth. But I think that's going to conclude today's video. As we see, let's just do a quick recap here. We mapped the GSI FPE V2 and also the SC Link Hub, which was the Simucube wheel, here as well. Again, this method can go through every single one of our wheels here at the facility here as well. Now, hopefully the guys here at Podium also watch this video, because right now I think that we are currently doing it a very long form method. So hopefully this starts to get implemented here at the facility here as well, because I believe that this method is very good, very efficient, and it takes all the guesswork out of it once you map it correctly. Once again, thank you guys for watching. If you found value in this video, if you guys enjoyed it, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the track.